I like crows even more than Vigilante does. I'm obsessed with them. I am on the crow train.
Yeah.
And I can tell you.
Tell me about the crow train.
We ready, guys? Do it. Okay. Whoop, whoop. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Peacemaker, the official podcast with James Gunn. I happen to be James Gunn here. I am the writer and director of many episodes of Peacemaker, as well as the showrunner.
You didn't direct this episode, though. You honey-dicked me to come into this episode. It was like, come, join, and then I show up, and
I did.
And you're like, I'm not going to be able to be there. This is a great guy called Greg who's going to...
it
was fantastic.
I was absolutely...
this unknown director called Greg Mottola.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm here with... we'll get to this guy in a minute. I'm here with my co-hosts, Jennifer Holland and Steve Agee.
That's right. I play John Economist on Peacemaker.
He said my name first. I should have gone first, but it's fine.
Right.
It's fine. And I'm Jennifer Holland. I play Amelia Harcourt.
That's right.
And this is the official destination where we go deeper into each and every episode of Peacemaker. We love talking about Peacemaker, about behind the scenes, about the secret meaning of things, about Easter eggs. We also talk about the music. We answer fan questions and much more.
Today we're talking about Season 2, Episode 3. It's titled Another Rick Up My Sleeve. Aptly named. It's directed by none other than Greg Mottola. Absolutely wonderful to work with. And we are joined today by our guest, Joel Kinnaman.
Our friend in real life. Our IRL friend, Joel.
Who plays Rick Flag Jr., who you might have caught in the blockbuster film, The Suicide Squad, written and directed by James Gunn.
And so many great things that Joel has been in. He's one of the best actors out there. I was a fan of his for a long time, which is one of the things that enticed me to keep him in the movie and keep him alive. Only two characters kind of stayed in the movie. Didn't keep you alive, but I kept you in the movie.
Yeah.
There will be major spoilers, so if you haven't watched yet, go to HBO Max and do so.
All right, let's start at the beginning. You were born in Sweden.
I was born in Sweden.
But you do not really have an accent.
No, my dad's American. So
yeah.
I grew up in Sweden, but I spoke English with my dad. So when I came here in 2009, I did have quite a significant accent, but I kind of skidded by.
I actually think in the years I've known you, you even have less of an accent than you used to.
I mean, because I've lived here for 15 years. But when I go back, like my first job in the U.S., The Killing, this show on
one of the best shows ever.
AMC.
First thing I ever saw you in, I know it's probably not the first thing by far you ever did it as an actor, but you are so great in that show, Joel. I mean, you're just so good.
But there, I got away with it because I was doing some kind of home cooked hip hop accent or But so I think I got away with, because when I go back and listen to that, I don't really understand that people didn't pick up on my Swedish more than that. But it is what it is.
No, you're great on that show, but you're great in pretty much everything you do. You have a kind of naturalistic acting style that definitely feeds into what I write, which people don't necessarily think of. But one of the things that I try to do is take these outlandish characters and bring them down to earth. And so we had a great time. And we had a great time on The Suicide Squad because you're like, James, I've never really done comedy before. Yeah. So let's really tell me, what's happening with it. And I think I found that you have a real gift for comedy.
These guys, what's this one do? They're fucking idiots.
And so when it came time to writing this episode, 203, I'm like, oh my God, I would love if Joel could do us a favor and come in and reprise his character, except for the alternate world version of
which
Rick
I actually
Flag.
Enjoyed playing much more. I'd much rather continue with this.
Yes. So we see in this universe, Rick Flag Jr. is a lot different than he is in our universe or in the DCU universe. And one of the things that so excited me about doing this was because I wanted to see you do some more comedy. And so seeing you in this role, doing that was one of the things that inspired me to write the role.
How you doing, man?
Chris.
Yeah, I was just asking him what he's doing here, if he's got like something official or something I should be a part of. Mealy-mouthed Rick.
We love mealy mouth Rick. Mealy mouth Rick.
Oh my God, he is insane. It is the funniest shit.
It is so funny. It's so funny. I was really blown away by you just totally committing to what we were doing in this crazy stuff.
I had a lot of fun. Get to come and be silly.
You have never, have you ever played a majorly geeky character like this version of Rick Flag Jr.?
No. I don't think I've ever played a character like it was like the beginnings of a character, but with that sort of attitude. Like, no.
It's just one of my favorite parts of this whole season.
You know, for me, like jumping in and doing anything that is supposed to be funny, that gets a little scary.
Yeah.
It's just because it's not what I'm used to do, you know?
Yeah.
So I could feel like, okay, this is what I got to focus on more.
It's so
you know?
good.
Yeah, it's
the
so
peeking, the sneaking, the kicking over the trash can.
The kicking over the trash
my
can. But then my favorite thing, and like really, truly one of the things that makes me laugh the hardest every time I see it in the whole season is, for me, it's when, which is not scripted, it's you did it, when you go, big problem.
Hey, that's not supposed to be around the corner. I told you that. It's a big problem.
Big problem.
It's like there's not supposed
trash can.
There's
not supposed to be there.
We're
Like,
not supposed
it's
to
like-
put the trash cans around the corner like
Yeah,
that. I just told you.
Big
about-
problem.
It's so dumb.
We start out the episode where we reveal something that Jen and I have known since the beginning of this show, that the reason Harcourt reacted negatively to Peacemaker in episode 1.
Negatively. The reason why she wanted to murder Peacemaker
In the
but
first
couldn't
season.
because she was on a team with him is because her best friend, and maybe one of her only real close friends,
Was Rick Flag Jr.
yeah.
By the way, the first scene where we see Joel and Jen together, you mention a girlfriend who could blow a hole in the earth.
That's the Enchantress,
Enchantress.
who he ends up with in the original David Ayer's original Suicide Squad. So to make matters worse, because one of the big things we talk about in the show is what's canon, because between season 1 of Peacemaker and season 2 of Peacemaker, there is a big shift from the DCEU to the DCU. So most things are canon, but some things are not. Obviously, one thing that's canon is that Peacemaker killed Rick Flag Jr. in Corto Maltese, and you are Rick Flag Jr. But that doesn't stop us from putting makeup on you and turning into another character in the DCU in the future. Or, his twin.
Some evil villain.
So in this episode of Peacemaker, we really get Peacemaker going into the alternate dimension, going to Earth 2, and we find out, we've already met his brother who's still alive. We've met his father who's actually a sweet guy and is not the White Dragon, is the Blue Dragon. They're in a group called the Top Trio, and we knew that Amelia Harcourt existed in this world because we saw a picture of them together that they had dated. But in this episode, it's the first time we see Christopher Smith from our world, the DCU, venturing out into this other dimension, which is fantastic. Everybody loves Peacemaker, greatest dimension in the world. And he goes to, probably against his better judgment, goes to Argus 2 to meet Amelia Harcourt 2. Jen, you're amazing as Harcourt. And
Thank you.
This different, but what I liked about the way you portray Harcourt 2 is she's different, but you're not doing like a totally different. There's like. It's like
Well, I
it's
didn't want
grounded
it to
though.
be.
Very grounded.
Yeah.
It's like
That was
you
my
need
hope.
that.
Thank you.
With John, and with those John and those clothes, you need something to ground it.
yeah.
I wanted her to seem like she was still the same person with the same sort of genetic makeup and everything. It's sort of the nature versus nurture conversation. She grew up in a different setting. She had different parents. She had a different experience than our harsh, hardened version of Harcourt in our regular universe. And I wanted to make that so she still has a wry sensibility, but she's just so much softer.
What was the subtle difference that made our Harcourt and this world's Harcourt thirst court, which we call her thirst court because she's a little thirsty.
Well, I think that maybe the thing is that like the damage that our Harcourt has is this deep, dark stuff that you and I have discussed about what makes her who she is.
Yeah.
And the only real damage that Harcourt 2 has is that she's been fucked over by guys, and so she's a little bit.
I also am
needy.
going to bet she has an alcoholic father. This thirst court.
Hey, maybe I didn't think about it.
Daddy issues.
Yeah, he's got like
Serious
she's
daddy
willing to
issues.
put up with some seriously bad behavior.
Yeah.
The weird thing for me is the smiling. Harcourt 2 smiles
Smiling.
way
Yeah,
more often.
yeah,
You
yeah.
don't see that.
Yeah, or how she says, I'm sorry, I'm just breaking your balls after just saying some kind of silly and stupid, whereas Harcourt says, eat my dick, Schwarzenegger, and doesn't give a shit.
That's right.
We are introduced to the peace cycle, which is actually right over there in my office. We're shooting in my office. So it's like there's nothing that I think Christopher Smith is more excited about in Earth 2, even Amelia Harcourt 2, than the peace cycle. It's
Pretty cool.
It's a pretty cool peace cycle. It's got torpedoes on it.
Subwoofers.
Subwoofers.
Missiles.
Yeah, missiles on the front.
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. Can you drive at the same time you're firing the missiles, do you think?
Yeah, I think you
it's
just got to speed up because you're going to kick back a little bit, so you have to.
Wow.
Thumb
okay.
triggers for sure.
I thought you would have to stop if you shot that thing off. Peacemaker and Amelia Harcourt have a wonderful little romantic montage to Ozzy Osbourne's "Dreamer." Strangely, the second time we're using a song title, we used Foxy Shazam's "Dreamer" in episode 1. Now we're using Ozzy Osbourne's "Dreamer." Two separate songs.
Great songs.
Two great songs. One of my favorite slower Ozzy songs. As they talk, there's an explosion. Did you see the explosion coming?
No.
Because you're watching this for the first time.
No, definitely took me by surprise.
Yeah, it does.
Pretty funny.
It is funny. And then we have
Jerry,
yeah, I don't know if anybody notices, but all of the Sons of Liberty, that's the group that's taking over the
DMV.
terrorists that's taking over the DMV. Because
They look like they all come from Portland.
Right, they do kind of look like...
They're like Portlandia terrorists.
Yeah, kind of Portland boys. I mean, listen, Evergreen is very similar to, Portland. It's northwest.
Oh, there it is.
That's where we are.
And at that point, Sons of Liberty take over the DMV, and Peacemaker goes into action. We see him, for the first time in a while, kick a lot of ass.
Yeah.
Joel
So
was
ridiculous.
giggling maniacally at every death on screen. So nice to me. What was your favorite death in the...
Oh, I think it was the pencils.
The pencils to the...
But also that sad little malnourished fellow that got an axe to his forehead.
Malnourished.
Yeah, that sad little guy.
That was such a bully move. I felt like he shouldn't have.
He is a terrorist.
Yeah, but he was having a rough time in life, and I felt like
was.
I had sympathy for him. Man.
Still
Hadn't eaten in a
confused
while.
after.
Yeah,
the
there's
thing.
a moment
He's like,
where
what
his
happened?
brain didn't exactly...
I felt for him, and
Yeah.
I felt for him.
I didn't feel jack shit for. Well, he's got a name too. They all have names.
They all have
They all
names.
have first names that are like the Brad and Gary and Jim and Brad.
Yeah.
The pencil one was pretty good.
Yeah, and I like how he squishes,
Yeah.
he mixes the brains.
Yeah,
he
he does,
makes a
yeah.
little brain smoothie.
Yeah, smoothie.
One of the terrorists, when they first run into the DMV, she's got a big machine gun and she shoots it up to the air and she says, "Man said down on the motherfucking ground." That's Cece Ice. She's my
stunt double.
She's my stunt double
Yeah,
this season.
yeah, she's great. She's great. And so Peacemaker becomes the hero that he really wants to be, and talks to his brother. And there's this kind of really David Denman's fantastic in that scene, and Greg did a fantastic job directing the scene with the two brothers, where we see the sadness. And
You're my brother, and you always will be, no matter what you do. You can always tell me what's going on. I
John, like, we haven't talked about it, but, you know, John, between when you worked with him on the Suicide Squad and today, has done so much acting, and he's grown so much as an actor.
I can tell.
It's like really a cool thing. We meet Red Saint Wild.
And I brought in Red Saint Wild here to assist.
How you doing there, Sonny boy?
World's foremost eagle hunter.
Eagle hunter?
Who is Michael Rooker's character. He's going to be Eagly's nemesis in the future. He said the culturally inappropriately dressed Michael Rooker.
That was culturally appropriating in the background.
Culturally appropriating, yeah, culturally appropriating. Yeah, I think you... There's a spoiler.
You say the same.
Yeah, you call him culture. You call him Captain
Cultural.
Captain Cultural Appropriation.
Especially with that Bolivian hat on those. Yeah.
Oh, there's a Bolivian. Is that the main? I think it's more the Native American.
Yeah, but Native.
He does look a lot like Willie Nelson.
He does do that.
braids.
There's a lot of Willie Nelson in there.
Is Willie
Are you
Nelson
suggesting
culturally
it?
appropriating things?
Yes, I think so. But I think it's okay.
It's okay because he's fucking Willie
Yeah,
Nelson.
He's pretty great. Willie Nelson's
I
a
saw
pretty
Willie
great
Nelson
guy.
on the bowl last year.
Yeah, still great.
107 years old and is like incredible. Like
107.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, also, the other thing that we see in this episode is a return of one of the Peacemaker season one's favorite characters, the Judo Master.
Oh, yeah.
Played by Nuth Lee.
Who we find out his Judo Master's real name is Rip Jagger.
Rip Jagger, as it is in the comics.
Is that? I did not know that.
Oh, no, his name in the comics is Rip Jagger.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a crazy name, especially for Nuth.
Oh my God, that's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Rip Jagger?
Hey, fatty.
Jagger's a Vietnamese name. I don't know if you knew that.
So Mick Jagger is Vietnamese.
That's right.
Okay.
He's at least his father.
Somewhere
is
down the line. Yeah.
Vietnamese for sure, because Jagger is a Vietnamese family name.
Classic Vietnamese
Interesting.
name.
Even though, you know, Judo Master is white in the comics.
Oh, I didn't know. Well, that is weird.
It's not weird for the 50s and 60s.
Right, that's
60s when he's from, they made everybody white.
Right.
Joel, back in, what year was it?
19. When we did
2019.
Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had already played Rick Flag. You got the screenplay. Is that what happened next? You knew that I was writing and directing,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
Did somebody warn you what happened to your character in the script? Or not?
I don't think
I know
so.
Jai told me that nobody fucking told him.
Oh, no.
It's not funny,
You just
really.
got it and read it?
He got it. He's excited to read the script, and I made
He dies on like page 14.
he dies
or
on like
something.
page 4, 10 or something, and like nobody told him, and he's like, I can't wait to read this James Gunn script with my character, Captain Boomerang, reprising his role.
Disintegrates.
And he finds himself getting totally chopped up on, but
The cookie crumbles.
his agents were told, but
Maybe they told me. I don't
yeah.
know.
But you really don't die.
He cares
you get,
so little. He's so chill. He's like, I don't know.
I mean, you know, of course, it's like you know, it's going to be a great experience and a great ride, and so of course, there's like a little sadness that you're only going to be in one chapter, but
but
it's
but
fucking-
obviously not true. You're in. Here you are
you are.
coming back.
It's a noble, heroic death. though.
yeah, no, when we shot it, I was so happy with it. For me, it was. I mean, that fight, like. I love that shot that we did.
Oh, that we did
in the helmet.
In the helmet,
Yeah.
that's I love that.
No, I love that, and you know, I thought it was a pretty iconic death. I was
It
very
is.
happy with it.
It is.
Joel's talking about this incredible fight sequence. In case you haven't seen the Suicide Squad, they have this crazy cool shot where they kind of go around. I think you're going around.
Yeah, well, what happens is Peacemaker's helmet falls off his head. It's laying in the middle of the cellar where they are, and Joel and Peacemaker in a single shot. We track not with them, but around the helmet as we see their reflection as they fight, and then it swish pans
cool.
over to them actually fighting, and it was complicated, and the whole fight sequence is pretty complicated.
Fucking Richard Norton.
And shout out to the great Richard Norton, who choreographed that fight under stunt coordinator Guy Norris. Richard Norton was a wonderful guy, actor, fight choreographer, and he just passed away a couple months ago.
I loved Richard. He was such a sweet man. And
Yeah.
he was one of my teachers, you know. I
Yeah.
trained a lot of jiu-jitsu with him. And yeah, he was a very nice man.
Yeah, he was a great guy. And
Yeah.
loved his family. And
He always made things fun, you know, fun and light and easy, but he was still very much on point and, you know, always had a clear vision of what he wanted to do. But he just brought a light spirit.
I loved Richard because Richard was one of these guys that had acted as like the Caucasian guy in a bunch of old Hong Kong movies, and
Yeah.
I'm a huge Hong Kong movie fan, so
Yeah.
I would ask him for all the dirt on these old Hong
He was a
Kong films.
beast.
Yeah,
He was an
a beast.
absolute beast.
Yeah.
By the way, Joel had a really funny scene in the Suicide Squad. He got to be really funny with. There's a scene where he's like, "I don't know what I did to get stuck with you idiots," and then we flash back to him insulting Amanda Waller.
That we cut from.
Fucking so funny.
We cut from the film, but it's in the outtakes. Idris's character, Bloodsport, says, "What landed you here? Why would Waller let you die?"
Oh, yeah, that's
And then
right.
you think back to when you were in the office and
Yeah.
Waller came in one day wearing this really ugly
Oh, my
shirt with
God.
flowers all over it. And you said to her, like, "Waller, what's with that shirt? It looks like the clowns took a shit all over you."
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she is
It was a great
stone
line.
So
faced,
angry.
And you go stone faced.
And
And,
you're-
then I am
Economos
laughing
is-
so hard.
Economos is laughing
and
his
it's,
ass off.
pissing her off.
And
Viola could be terrifying. Like really, like she had a
is
stare
the
that's like.
oh my God, the minute
Real
she
life,
turns into
yeah.
Waller, she's so scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you just little by little stop laughing, but
Yeah.
then you know that's why she sent you to die. She's that mean. I love that. That's canon.
That's canon.
Let's
Yeah.
make it canon. I also, there was one thing in this episode that I should mention that I've only seen John get upset during shooting twice during all 2 seasons of Peacemaker. The first was in season 1, we were shooting an action sequence, and the camera operators were being unsafe. They were getting too close to his stunt partner, and they heard her and like kind of ran into her, and they had run into her a little bit, like 2 more times, and John very sternly was like, "You can't do that. You've got to be careful. You're gonna hurt somebody." And then the other time is when his character had to spell "you're" in text Y-O-U-R,
When
as
he-
in "you're the best."
When he meant Y-O.
When he meant Y-O,
apostrophe
yeah,
R.
he meant the contraction.
He might be a little bit on the spectrum as well. Like just
John?
John, yeah.
He's very
particular guy.
particular. Yeah. Joel leaned over to me watching the show right before this when Vigilante was going on about his love of crows.
Yeah.
Being questioned about animals, and he said, quite the extreme of the spectrum.
Crows are also one of my favorites.
Adrian, it is too early for this.
I like animals a lot, by the way. I like animals as much as
Clearly.
as Vigilante, and I like crows even more than Vigilante does. I'm obsessed with them, and
is.
I am on the crow train,
Yeah.
and I can tell you.
Tell me about the crow train.
You guys aren't on the crow train? Oh my God, I know so many crow facts.
What do you love so much about them?
Okay, well, first of all, crows.
Here we go.
They are
Here,
smarter than
buckle up.
chimpanzees.
Yeah.
Okay. They can make tools that, like, they can think like 3 steps ahead of themselves. That's something that
They plan.
no
right,
primate besides humans can do.
Right.
You know, you can see wonderful videos online of crows sledding down the snow, making little sets into sleds and sledding on snow.
I just know that you've spent so much time looking at these videos.
You can. There's a great, they remember your face forever. Like they've
Right.
done wonderful studies where like a guy will wear a Nixon mask and be mean to a crow, and they will then tell other
fun
people.
job.
When
like,
that
fun job.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
dressing up as Nixon
Scientist.
and like
Yeah, it's like some
and pissing
college
off
student.
a crow, you know.
Some college student. Chad, I got something you can do for some extra credit. It's just minimum wage, but I want you to put on this Nixon
Yeah.
mask and go hit.
It's not acting per
crows with
se,
a-
but
yeah. But act mean, and then hit them with the broom. Hit
Yeah.
crows with a broom.
No.
What?
No, they don't actually hit crows. They just go out in there and be mean to them.
All I know is that, quote unquote, they were mean to crows.
Yes, they were mean.
And then I haven't even gotten to the point that's important, which is that crows will remember for the rest of their lives that man that was mean to them. But not only that, they will tell other crows when they see that man that he's mean, and then those crows will tell other crows that man is mean.
Really?
And word travels. So the guy will go from a rural area where he beat the crows into another guy wearing a Nixon mask.
Don't fuck with the crow.
They're not smart enough to know between two fuckers wearing a Nixon mask. But then Nixon will be downtown, and he'll start coming, and all the crows will start chirping, warning the other crows that a dick is coming down the street.
Tricky dick.
Danger, yeah.
That's real.
Tricky dicky.
So that's a crow truth. You want to hear another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
More crow truths.
What is that?
There are crows in England that have these nuts.
Exploring James Spectrum.
Yeah. So
in case anyone wanted to know where Vigilante came from, straight from the brain of James Gunn.
Guys, we're talking about crows.
Yeah, come on.
So
They can take a paperclip, straighten it out, and then if another crow is being a dick, he can stab him to death with it.
Crows do that.
I didn't say they do it, I said they could.
there are nuts that are these really hard nuts in England that grow on something that these crows can't break into by themselves. They're not strong enough. So what they've learned to do is they take the nuts, they go to the top of this, what do you call it?
Like a light post or something like that.
Yeah, like traffic lights.
They drop it?
They drop it on the street so that cars come by and crush it. Wait.
Joel, fucking let
Wait.
it finish.
No.
The cars crush it. The crows come down. I love Peacemaker. I love crows more. The crow comes down. It stands on the sidewalk with all the people waiting to cross the crosswalk, watches the little red man on the light, saying, don't walk, waits for it to turn green, and the minute it turns green, the little crow walks across the street, eats the nut. And they do that all fucking day long. Is that crazy or what? They're oh my God, they're the greatest.
I was just in Arches National Park in Utah, and I was in a parking area ready to go out on a hike to take some photos. There was a crow that was just sitting on top of the water fountain, and people were walking by. And it's just sitting there, and my friend Nate kind of walked up to it. The crow did not fly away or anything. And Nate just pushed the button, and the water starts coming out, and the crow's like, fucking finally, and just starts drinking water and getting in the water. And it was just sitting there waiting for somebody
a human
to come
do
up
it.
and be like, hey, I know you fuckers have hands. How about helping me out here?
Yeah, hey, finger fucker.
Yeah.
Not finger fucker.
Whoa.
But, no, they call us.
Guy with a finger.
That's a racist term that a crow calls humans, like finglies. They call us. Finglies. Get one of those finglies over there to do it for us.
And he was just like, I'll just wait here and someone will pick up on it.
Yeah, a fingly will come by and do what they need to do, and the only thing they're fucking good for.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we went down this. Now,
Welcome.
Now I'm going to be obsessed.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Peacemaker podcast.
And now, Peace Thoughts. Welcome back to another edition of Peace Thoughts, where I share my unfiltered thoughts on moments throughout the series. So here we find ourselves in the third episode. We have traveled through the QUC into the alternate Peacemaker universe to stumble into Argus to find an alive, stumbly, mealy-mouthed version of Rick Flag Jr. I love this moment for Joel because he gets to play a character strongly opposed to his character Rick Flag Jr. And the great thing about it is he gets the freedom to explore that space where Peacemaker is just kind of taking this all in of this guy is alive. How do I cope with this?
What's going on, Chris?
Jesus fucking Christ.
You got some business or something here?
What's up, Rick?
Joel gets to do some stuff you don't normally see him do, which is great. It was great working with him again. It was great seeing him again. Gosh, I couldn't be more grateful for all we did in the Suicide Squad and literally the fight that made this show. I'm glad he got to be a part of this. Seeing him do do that stuff like as an authoritative office manager who has to flex his authority just because that's all he has and look vulnerably foolish and then try to blame it on people. The stuff that didn't make it, like his outtakes, are very good. It's one of those things where you watch and you're laughing as it happens, so you know it's going to be great. And for him to just think of like, oh, I'll do a bit with the trash can. It's insightful, it was good physical comedy, and it in one small thing of him kicking over the trash can, blaming it on the other guy, and trying to escape out of sight, you get exactly who his character is. It's taking an inch and making it a mile. That's it for this episode's Peace Thoughts. Back to you, James, Jen, and Steve. We now return to our regularly scheduled program.
Song Spotlight, what do we got? Oh my God, there's so many good. Dreamer is great. Animal by Shining is the song
That's
that
a great
plays
one.
at the end.
That's my favorite.
They're a Swedish metal band at the end.
Oh, metal.
You know,
It's not for you.
Well, I know, but that song at the end, you like that song, right?
Yeah.
I heard you tapping your feet. That's a great song. They appear in 2 episodes of this season of Peacemaker. But I gotta say, "Break It Out" by Ammo Track. That's one of my favorite songs from the whole season. It's off their Ammo Track's 2023 album Accelerate, and they are also a Swedish hard rock band from what the hell?
Skövde.
You guys are ridiculous.
That's a sad place.
They were formed in 2004. They've been a support act for one of our Peacemaker house bands, Hardcore Superstar. And man, that song, I love that song.
Shout out to Skövde.
The what?
Shout out to Skövde.
Yeah. Where Hardcore Superstar from? Do you know? They're a Swedish band. Do you know them?
No.
You listen to Money Brother?
Yeah.
You know Anders?
Yeah.
I know Anders.
Yeah.
Not
well, but
Well,
yeah.
he's fantastic.
Yeah, Anders Wenden is a guy who he was in a sort of punk soul band called Monster, and then became Money Brother, which was like
Dude, you go so
soul
deep with your
band.
music. This
Yeah.
is actually really impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Money Brothers dope.
Crows
Like,
and
yeah.
Swedish music,
Yeah.
bro. That's my thing.
Oh, he loves Swedish crows more than
Anything.
No, conversely, that's the only crows I hate. Are there crows in Sweden?
Yeah.
I don't know that.
crows
See,
are
I don't
the
know everything
smartest.
about crows nor Sweden.
What do you think about ravens?
What's the difference?
No, they're different, but
They're bigger. Ravens are bigger, right?
But they're also smart like crows.
Yeah.
Yeah, all different types of. Yeah, there's one type
we
of.
got a lot of ravens.
Yeah. You get a lot of ravens in
Yeah,
Sweden?
that's like Odin, like a raven took his eye.
Let me ask you a question. Sweden's so fucking great. It's like.
it's not a question, but
it's-
okay.
No, it's not. I'm not over. Sweden's so great. Why the hell do you live in Los Angeles?
I mean, have you been to Sweden in November?
Yeah.
It's fucking misery.
He doesn't think about the
California is
the
amazing.
whole year in other places because he tends to like.
What the hell do I have to do with outside of
Also the
the
work.
house or the office? Like
That's true. He
I'm
just
working.
never leaves the house ever.
And you've been busy lately, Jill. You've been doing a lot of stuff. What do you want to pimp out right now? Out of your 12,000 projects?
5th season of For All Mankind. Very happy about that.
Yeah.
I'm 80 years old in that season.
Dude, what are you doing with all your money you're making? You're pouring it into that house.
Oh God, huge mistake. Huge. I'm literally doing the thing that I've been like preaching to all my friends to never do. Like, never create a lifestyle where you have to make money.
Yeah.
And then I just go build this house in Malibu like an idiot. Like, what a fucking idiot. And it's just like a money pit. And during the years of my life where I made like so much more money than I ever thought I would ever make in my life, and it's the years where I had the most like financial anxiety. It's like such an own goal. Yeah. My life is terrible.
I know you're like you have a hard life.
Yeah, I
some
do.
people are just burdened.
I have it. I want people to feel sorry for me.
Yeah, it's hard to be this incredibly good-looking, fantastically talented multi-millionaire with a supermodel wife. Like that's That's difficult, man.
Yeah.
People don't get it. They think it's easy being Joel Kinnaman.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not easy.
Because I'm still an idiot, so that's the problem. I make terrible choices all the time.
That is true.
Yeah.
People really don't understand that the life you live is all in between these bone walls right here. And that's what really is, whether you're happy or not.
Can't get away from that.
Can't get away from the bone walls. Let's do Ecclesiar mailbag.
This is from the DC Discord, a listener, watcher, viewer, fan named Vladimir.
Hi, Mr. Gunn. My question is Peacemaker still have a grudge against Batman and the other superheroes in his universe now that he's actually one of them? Thank you.
Well, that's an interesting question. He wants to be a superhero, but we find out they don't really consider him one. They consider him a loser. So, yeah. Although I think he's got more pressing issues at this point.
He's a little salty.
He's a little salty. Yeah. He's not a big fan of the guys that get all the attention. In the Superman movie, you actually hear him.
That's right.
He's being interviewed by Clevis Thornweight, and Clevis asks him, about Superman, and he goes on about how Superman's jealous of him because he's edgier and more muscular than he is.
Oh, okay. Here's one from Pale Basilisk 57 on Discord. For all of us, what did each of you steal from set? Were you successful? I never took anything from set.
Well, he took a whole fucking bike.
James took a motorcycle.
I have Peacemaker's Peace Cycle right over there, but I didn't steal it. The boss.
There's a large framed photo of Robert Patrick in the trophy room.
Oh, yeah.
That everybody had their eye on and wanted.
Really?
Yes, everybody wanted that. It's a
really.
It's not even is it a photo? I thought it was
a painting of Robert Patrick, and it is so fucking creepy.
It's creepy. But
I would not want that up in my house.
The thing that
you would want it?
Yeah.
The thing that I really wanted was there's in Peacemaker 2's bedroom. There's like a bust.
The bust of John Cena. You want things I would never want up in our house.
Hilarious.
You want a bust of John Cena's weird face up in our house?
It's so funny to me. We kept putting things on it. We were hanging out. We hung out in that room all the time.
Yeah,
it was like
that is a sort of
on the stage. We were just hanging out in there, eating lunch all the time and stuff, and we were always putting weird hats on it.
The only thing I have ever tried to take from a set was Guardians 2. I tried to take Jeff's goggles.
Did you get them?
I did not. And then when we did Comic-Con, and you had us all come out, all the Ravagers come out in costume, I was like, I can steal them here.
Did you?
And I put them in my bag. And as I was leaving, someone frantically came running up to me. And they're like, have you seen the goggles? I'm going to get fucking fired if I don't get those goggles. And I was like, fuck. And I gave them the goggles.
No.
Back. Yeah.
Have you ever stolen anything from any sets you worked on?
Yeah, it took I had this little, in The Killing, I had this little basketball hoop that I was always, I took that for some reason.
But it doesn't really seem like stealing.
No. I haven't really stolen.
I don't really steal stuff.
The last day of production always comes up so fast, too, by the way, and you're like,
but that's a good idea.
I should have fucking
But I will tell you on Superman, literally everyone who worked on that film stole.
Was the most steely set I've ever been on.
Oh my gosh.
The Man of Steely
set.
By
the time they were at the end of filming, there were no crystals left.
That was the main thing. In the computer, in the Fortress of Solitude, there's all these crystals. And at the end of the shooting, there were no crystals.
Just gone.
That's hilarious.
They had stolen them. We gave people crystals too as a wrap gift. So
that's cool.
I have a bunch of things. I have the original Infinity Stone from Guardians 1.
Oh yeah.
Before it was purple, when it was red, which is how we shot the movie, and then the orb, that they're after, and that I own those things. I own Kurt Russell's car from Guardians 2.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah,
okay, you win, James. Fine, you win.
I do.
Yeah,
you didn't
probably
steal these things.
No, I didn't.
You just took them.
No, people gave them. Somebody gave them to me.
Just drove away.
Yeah, they gave them to me. I have Bill Party's badge from Slither. I have a bunch of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. Well, we have one last question from @versusseed. Peacemaker's dad works for Lex Luthor to develop the quantum unfolding chamber technology?
Question mark.
Or did
so where are we in this? We're in episode 3. What happened in episode?
happen in episode 2? We don't know.
I think no. We've already learned. No. We've already. We haven't. Next episode, we'll learn where he got the quantum unfolding chamber
we haven't
from
figured
at the
that out
beginning
yet.
of episode 4.
That's right.
So
tune in next week.
Tune in next week, and you'll find out the answer to your question. Versus.
Thank you so much, Joel, for spending all this time with us.
My pleasure.
It was so
It's good to see
wonderful
you guys.
having you. It's really good to see you.
I really enjoyed watching the episode. That was super fun.
We hope we get to
I got to come and be silly with y'all for a couple of days. Every now and then.
We hope we get to see your character return, or you.
Yeah, mealy mouth Rick Flags.
Mealy mouth Rick Flag. So tune in next week when we dig into season 2, episode 4. It's entitled Need I Say Door? Tim Meadows, who plays Langston Flory, will be joining us to talk about the seriousness of bird blindness. Stream new episodes of Peacemaker Thursdays on HBO Max, and you can find this podcast on HBO Max, the HBO Max YouTube channel, and wherever you get your podcasts. This has been DC Studios Showcase presentation.
This was an OBB sound production for HBO Max and DC Studios, hosted by James Gunn, with co-host Jennifer Holland and me, Steve Agee. Executive producers for DC Studios are Phil Sopanides and Gary Barbosa. Executive producer for HBO Max is Becky Rowe. Executive producers for OBB are Michael D. Ratner, Scott Ratner, and Toby Lawless. Special thanks to, from DC, Mike Pilata and Victor Diaz. And from HBO Max Design, Tom Haskard, Martha Duarte Diaz, Ryan Cronin, Brett Krause, and John Northway. Producer, Toby Lawless. Producer for HBO Max is Aaron Kelly. Research producer, Jesse Holland. Associate producer, Tess Bartholomew. Associate producer, Chris Stitt. Production manager, Kevin Lynn. Studio coordinator, Elijah Matias. Director of photography, Chris Piper. First assistant camera and camera operator, AJ Knight. Gaffer, Arthur Garcia. Key grip, Jake Reeder. Sound mixer, Josh Falcon. Sound mixer, Darren Bowling. Post-production supervisor, Mariana Cristostomo. Lead editor, Jesse Holland. Editor, Louis Sinibaldi. Assistant editor, Mark Alcacid. Hair and makeup artist, Kendall Shannon. Director of creative development and social strategy, Lenore Castro. Senior coordinator, creative development and social strategy, Sharif Bakari. Production assistant, Antonio Cavallo.
For a minute, it sounds like you said AIDS-BO.
AIDS-BO?
AIDS-BO,
yeah.
Well, I mean, they keep changing their name. It could be AIDS.